NFL storylines to talk about, and to help us out, an interesting NFL dude. Giants tight end Kevin Boss.
All right. This guy looks like one of our bosses here.
He's just nicer than we are.
He's the only guest we've ever had who could fire us. I mean, he looks like one of the suits. Great.
Makes us a little nervous. All right, let's get to it. First up, Vic wants Plax. All right, Kevin, let's talk about your former Giants teammate, Plaxico Burress. He's set to be released from jail June 6th. And Michael Vick has gone on the record saying he wants him. Vick said, quote, "I think with the guys we have now, I think we can fit him in and make it work." So, Kevin, do you think Plaxico would be a good fit with the Eagles?
Personally, I think Plaxico is going to be a good fit anywhere. You know, I'm a pro Plaxico, big Plaxico fan. Really rooting for him to come back and do well. So I'm gonna say yes, he's a good fit for the Eagles. I hope not, just because I don't want to face him 2 times a year.
But 20 months, I mean, when you look at the MJ was out for a year and a half, best basketball player in the world, came back, struggled initially, didn't win a title that year. Tyson had an absence, was never the same. 20 months is like a ton for a skill position player. How good would he be?
I think he's going to come back with a big chip on his shoulder. I think he's going to come back and he's going to be back. And I mean, you look at Michael Vick. I mean, Vick's out a year and a half, comes back, wins the comeback player of the year. I mean,
yeah, that is kind of on me, isn't it? Kind of a facial.
He did okay, pretty quickly.
Yeah, no, Michael.
In his return.
But I wonder why do receivers deteriorate so fast? I mean, you see all these guys like T.O., they're like great. They hit mid-30s and it's just off the cliff. And I just wonder if Plax, although Plax was never a burner, he was more of a red zone dude.
Yeah, I mean, you don't come across wide receivers like Plaxico Burress very often. I mean, his size, his just God-given ability. I mean, he makes the game look so easy. Watching him in practice every day, I mean, he looks like he's just out there floating, and he's really talented.
We asked Sports Nation, would Plaxico be a good fit with the Eagles? Kevin says he's a good fit anywhere. I say with the Eagles, Kevin
I think
no.
Everybody likes a big star receiver.
Yeah,
Fans
why wouldn't
love
you?
a big star receiver.
He's got a big star quarterback, too. Next up, drills or dancing. Several teams around the league have organized workouts this week. The Raiders, Redskins, and your Giants, Kevin, all took the field working on conditioning and some 7-on-7 drills. But then there is this kind of off-season activity. Hines Ward, he was crowned the champion of Dancing with the Stars last night. Kevin, what is the more challenging off-season activity?
I mean, I've got to give it to Hines. I mean, that's impressive. I mean, to come in, I don't know how much experience he's got, but
I'm gonna go on a limb, say probably not a lot ballroom.
Exactly. So I mean, to come in and win the competition.
Like, what are you doing? Are you doing yoga, Pilates, dancing, work? What are you doing?
I've done some yoga. That's some good stuff.
Your team got together.
Yeah, we got together, and you know, right now it's just, you know, it's not as organized as like a practice would be, but you know, we're out there, we're working. You know, I think the workouts we're doing on our own outside of the workouts with Eli are harder than what we're doing with Eli. So right now it's just a matter of getting back together and getting the timing down.
Whenever I see this stuff 7-on-7, it looks like intramural-ish. And that's no knock, but it doesn't look like for a veteran it'd be that hard.
You guys didn't have 7 either, did you?
We were a little short of 7, unfortunately.
They're trying.
Yeah, we, you know, it's nothing that's, you know, you're gonna really struggle with right now. I think it's more a matter of just getting the guys together and getting back on the same page, hearing the terminology, hearing the plays being called again. So that particular workout, I would say Hines Ward's workouts are a little bit more difficult.
I would agree with Kevin.
I would.
There's been people that have lost weight on that show.
You know, ballroom dancing's not easy, Colin. More challenging off-season activity. Colin says it's the workouts. It's the 7-on-7 workouts. 73%.
Fans just don't want to embrace it.
They're just tossing balls back and forth. All right. Next up, passing on Peyton. Today's Sports Illustrated's Peter King tweeted some interesting things about Peyton Manning, saying, quote, "Manning is 35, unsigned, 2 neck surgeries in 16 months. Are the Colts sweating a little bit over signing him for 5 years?" So, Kevin, should the Colts be nervous about signing him to a long-term deal when he just had another neck surgery?
Definitely not. No, I'm another fan of Peyton. I think you he could probably play for another 10 years if he wanted. With that knowledge of the game, I think he can play for. He's got to be the smartest quarterback, smartest player in the league. And
Kevin, I know doctors, and I called doctors, and they told me the neck is incredibly valuable. And they say it's one of the most valuable parts on the body. Kevin, your neck. What if I said to you, yeah, Kevin Boss got Kevin 2 neck surgeries in 16 months. If I'm a GM, I'm bailing on you.
But Peyton doesn't really run around. He doesn't run around like Kevin does.
I mean,
he just gets rid of the ball right away.
If Peyton was a tight end, then I would say that, I mean, I would tell him to maybe look into retiring. But, you know, I think the Colts addressed their offensive line needs in the draft, and so hopefully he's going to be a little more protected. And
if I was a Mason, I think 2 neck surgeries would scare me. If I was just laying bricks on Saturday.
He's never missed a start in 13 seasons.
I don't think Kevin understands. The neck connects the body to the head, Kevin. It's a big deal. I've heard this from a lot of people.
Should the Colts be nervous about signing Peyton Manning? I think Kevin and I are the voice of reason.
Yeah.
Colin's the voice of reason today.
I almost got qualified for med school. I know a lot about the neck.
I'm sure. Time to get weird. Here's today's weird web stories. Check out this dunk face by class of 2012 forward Shaquille Johnson.
That's a junior in high school.
He's verbally committed to Auburn, by the way. FYI.
I'm visually committed to him. Wow. Look at that.
That looks like Durant.
It does, doesn't it? Long. It's amazing how good. Soft.
Not right now. I got a bum hip.
Kevin will like this one, or Colin will like this one. USC quarterback Matt Barkley had a camera hooked up to his helmet during a USC spring practice. Cool video. How do you think the Trojans are going to do this season, Colin?
Actually, their offensive line's a mess. I think they'll be similar to last year. I think they'll be in a lot of close games. They have a ton of tough road games, but Barkley's probably your second best college quarterback after Andrew Luck at Stanford. Finally,
we have 2 guys shooting hoops in a gym. We want to know what happens next. How about a behind-the-back trick shot or a 720-degree dunk? I don't even know what that looks like. Or is it a dunk fail?
I want to go
Kevin,
for
what do you think?
Let's go,
Trick
Kev. What do you got?
Trick shots are the new thing these days.
They are,
kind of
aren't they?
bad.
That's a really cool thing. Trick shot. Here we go.
Wow.
Come on. I don't buy. That's editing.
It's all trick shots are editing, or they're like 3,000 attempts.
Yeah, there was something
and then
about
you show the one that worked.
Exactly.
Give me the 720 dunk.
Yeah.
I would have taken that as well.
Me too.
We want to say thanks to Kevin for dropping by the studios.
Thank you.
Helping break it down.
Pacific Northwest native.
There we go.
We both lived in Oregon.
Connection.
Connection.
We gotcha. All right, so we say goodbye to our fast tight end and say hello to fast cars. Check out a special piece on the 100th running of the Indy 500.
In a world where speed and danger define glory.